This is part 3
Back to black and white again.
of Worlds Away. No, a lot of people were still watching in black and white.
Black and white, that's very
1974.
true. Yeah, some black and white sets.
Also,
So you had to tell people it was in colour, so that even if they're watching it in black and white, they could
yeah, they could get
know
jealous.
what they were missing.
It was a big thing to be in colour in those days.
Yeah.
Local television, especially BBC local news television, was still in black and white. Right?
That's
So
true.
that's why he commented on Elizabeth's colour, so we would know that she was actually black.
Not just
Is that right?
I'm not having this discussion. What you missed, folks, between episodes was Nicholas actually playing this tune on the piano in the studio.
Did he?
Yeah. It was very good.
I did work it out on the guitar once, actually. It sounds quite good. I think we should release it as a record, don't
Yes.
you?
With you doing the vocals. Like,
Yes.
Like your Batman one.
Yes.
Thank you.
When you hear the sound.
Commissioner Gordon, Batman. Look at all those people with pink... Sorry, wrong programme. Right, back to the Tomorrow people.
Yeah,
He's got a nasty skin complaint there.
yeah, they all have.
What, looking a bit green, you mean?
Yes.
They are weapons, my son. Weapons sent from beyond the sky.
Great Kultan, Father.
Yes.
Beg your pardon.
what he was gonna
Anyway,
say
anyway, you speak to your father.
You were quite right, Akron. They are servants of the great Kultan.
Akron.
We're not. We're good people.
So on that planet, the men wear makeup and the women don't. Is that the way it works?
Yes. That's weird. Now, this
That's
is
an artistic shot. Look at that little light coming through there.
Very nice.
it's a cell full of water here.
Oh,
And
that's
small
nice.
boys, no doubt.
There'll be some, bound to be.
There's one tied to the
Some
wall.
bound, certainly.
Yes, there is a bloke, little kid tied to the wall, isn't there?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be a proper scene. Oh, hello, into the pit. What's in the pit? Oh, is it water?
Yeah.
Into the jacuzzi. What are you complaining about? He's in the jacuzzi with two birds, one black, one white. What's his problem?
I think me and Keith slip and we go under.
I beg your pardon. Oh, I see.
You do, you're right. Yes.
The water, Nick.
Oh, I see.
Now, no, what I find amusing about
She's trying to drown him by the look of it. Look, is it forced baptism?
Oh, he doesn't like water.
is that there's plenty of... he
He's
doesn't
hyd-
like being locked in.
No, he's
There's plenty of-
hydrophobic.
There's plenty of space around here, right?
Yeah.
And yet you notice in the coming scenes that they just choose to stay in the water all the time.
Just make life uncomfortable.
So get out of it then.
Yeah, there's a huge space there. And,
It is a
you know,
nice set, though, isn't it? When you look
nice
at it.
design, yeah.
And
It's quite ambitious to have water in the studio.
it's obviously built next to the loo because you can hear the sound from next door.
And he's knackered.
Once before, Linda.
Hear the director going for a snash?
Not from here. Escape is impossible. We are right beneath the centre of the Veshtaker's castle.
How does she know that?
Had only just taken
That's because the loo's in the centre, that's all.
Escape was easy. But from here... and
From here, we'll never get out of this.
That's a great now, eh? Servant of the great Kultan.
Don't kick me, Keith.
With them, Father.
Got a nasty black eye he's got there. He must have had a whack in the eye.
And then we will decide.
Trendy.
Now that takes a great actor to deliver a line like that.
But we'll wait till morning, then we'll decide.
Then we will decide.
Yes.
That doesn't sound at all like they're putting off the plot until
what
later.
it means is we'll wait till the blokes. As you say, they seem to enjoy getting the jacuzzi together,
Yeah.
don't they?
Yeah.
And it's
There's no reason.
definite lesbian storyline here, don't they? For those who've got a vivid imagination.
Yeah, get down and boogie. I know DVDs can do wonders, but they can't do that, can they?
I've heard about out-of-the-body experience, but I've never seen it before.
it is the one great...
Don't be so wet. It is ridiculous, isn't it?
Yes, I know. Obviously, the director was in love with the whole water thing.
I think so. Obviously into water sports.
Ah, damn! I didn't mean to prompt that comment.
Probably took hours to fill it.
It may be only
What are we talking about here? Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah.
while he is outrunning his body.
She does sound a little bit foreign.
Know the heat of the fire.
I think she's only about 17 there.
What's that got to do with her being foreign?
I don't know. I'm just looking at something else, actually.
I wonder why the girls are kept wet and the boys are kept dry. Do you think there's anything to be read into that?
I don't know.
At noon.
Noon. Wait for the
Noon.
burning.
Is that GMT they go by up there, do you think? What do you think?
Could be.
Piri
There we go.
mean
Period time. PMT, in fact. It's a very cross-looking bow there, look at that.
Now look, how comfortable can he be?
Well, he's guarding.
He's
It's supposed to be comfortable.
nestling up to that rock
He's
nicely.
He's trying to give himself a stiff neck.
See if
Or
you can pull
something.
over here and untie me.
Stephen, your hair looks damn good. Yours too, John.
Yes.
It's amazing, isn't it, after we were out
Is
in the rain?
this director into bondage as well? Oh, don't wake him up.
Sound effects by.
Yeah,
Looks like Rowan Atkinson, doesn't it, Mr. Bean? Look.
does a bit. Looks like a stage doorkeeper, actually.
Am I slipping you there? Am I giving you, am I giving you a knife?
Took your hand out of my arse.
Got my fist.
Smell that.
Oh, Jesus. Please.
Shall we reshoot that bit?
No, I don't think so.
There's no editing here.
There's no editing.
Yeah, but is this DVD PG-12A or...
I don't know whether
Or
they do
15.
ratings for the actual commentary.
Commentary, no,
do
they
Damn,
they
ought
probably
to.
will, yeah.
This will be the test case. Tom and Jerry with someone going. Anyway, I'll
Yeah.
shut up now. Oh, now, he only got his head in that uncomfortable position, so it could go into the more
Why am
comfortable
I-
position.
why am
where
I-
he's
It's a bit
unconscious.
Spockish, that,
tweaking
isn't
his
it?
ear and saying, "Come here, boy."
Cave of some sort.
Yes,
What's that sitting out? Oh my God, something's popping up out of your jaunting belt.
He doesn't look much of a cult. After
You didn't dress yourself right there, Nick.
I think I look like a sort of Yugoslav partisan in that outfit, don't I?
Oh, that feels better.
He says, clutching his red-headed weapon.
I don't think that needed to be elaborated on, Mr. Young.
John, I've been awakened.
The Vesh warriors, where are they?
Where's my lines?
How have I made that bloke indisposed? What have I done to him?
You've done that thing on his neck, you know, like
So-
Spock does.
Yes.
And-
So is he? Do we need to whisper or not?
well, you don't know where they all are, do you?
Might be someone outside.
Who are these Vesh warriors, anyway?
They are Vesh freedom fighters. Vesh who have taken to the mountains and the forests to fight against the cool town.
And nothing but the
against the
Vesh.
Vesh taker and his men.
Does that mean they're on our side?
That's a nice shot, you see. Look at that.
They got a fire
Sort of shot in the 1950s. He had a cigarette in his
It
mouth.
hit me, but it still hurts.
That will be the crossbow dart tipped with Keppel.
Keppel.
Oh, is that Mrs. Keppel? Yeah, but the seventh
Darts
mistress.
designed
Sandown,
not
isn't
to
it?
penetrate too
Cowbells.
deeply, but to give a dose of
The
Keppel.
dart's designed not to penetrate too deeply.
That's what you and I were
That's a
doing in the corner there. I wasn't penetrating too deeply.
Must have thought they were some of the Vesh taker's men. Got to win their
They're
confidence.
taking the Vesh.
They're coming back.
No, it's the weakness of the Vesh,
Those
isn't
stun
it?
guns. Put them down.
Why?
Pretend to be tied up.
Pretend to be
I
tied
Why
up.
don't you say it all in one
Yes,
sentence?
Exactly.
That's a little fantasy of his. Pretend to be tied up.
Sorry, I'm tied up. I can't help you now.
Do you remember what Keith Chegwin was like to work with?
He was a nice guy, actually. We had a bit of a laugh.
Yeah, he was
You are the
fine.
Vesh warriors.
Well, we were about the same age, I think, me and Keith. So
Vesh takers.
Did you get up to Jolly Japes together?
I should think so.
We do not serve the
But
cool
nothing we can talk about here.
Oh, come on. I'll give you 5 minutes and you'll start coming out with it.
Yeah, I think this programme taught him everything he knew, don't you?
I think so. He was quite proud of being in it.
Tell me what happened to Stenley.
To the extent that we couldn't get him to come down and talk about it.
Yes, I'm sure.
Father, they are free.
Did we ask him?
I'm sure he would.
Yeah, we should have asked him.
Came to help you.
We are Vesh. Vesh like you.
Yes, flesh and blood.
Vesh.
So the producer's just gone to sleep in the corner there. You see, why did they worry if he could just tell by doing that?
But not like us.
Better looking, perhaps.
Vesh, like I have never felt before.
The stars. From beyond the stars.
Beyond the stars? What does that mean?
Gul'dan. They say
What does it mean?
Yes. Yeah, got you there.
Meant that
That's
we were-
one to me.
It meant that we were out of this world.
They're still lying in the
Maybe.
water.
It meant that
But you notice he's got a nice little carved out bit in the rock to lie in there.
Yeah, and he's just got his
Feet dangling.
Just putting his toe in the water there.
Look. Back in the water.
I suppose that's what...
Dreadful cold there.
That poor kid just standing there.
Oh, the microphone in, top right. It's gone now.
It wasn't a microphone, it was a chain, wasn't it?
No, it was a microphone.
Let me mine run free. Wish I could do it now.
But do you think you could do it now?
I don't know why.
What's he doing now?
He's going to go out of his body.
Oh, right, yes. An out-of-body experience.
Yes. His soul looks like a kind of swirly pattern from the title sequence.
Right.
We're here. I don't... It's
An
not...
out-of-spot experience.
Try it, Tyson. It's not worth building any hopes on.
Not worth what?
Putting any hopes on.
Hopes.
Tyson? Tyson!
Well, don't wake him up.
Tyson, you've done it. Tyso, try and find the others.
Shouting. Look at you. See him wincing there, can't you? Stop shouting him away.
Here he goes.
Ah, yes.
There's a little dot on the caption slide.
Yeah.
Or
A
two.
bit of cardboard showing. The whole is.
That's a bit of plasma that's following on, that's all.
Oh, yes.
The old handshake.
They're all Masons here.
Yeah. Oh, look, here
Once
he comes.
only.
Well, the box spoke to me.
So you smashed it. You can't blame him, John. After all, the only gadgets he
Look,
has
they can't hear him.
to the Kultan.
Well, it doesn't help us, does it? Elizabeth and the others could be in trouble.
No.
It's like Tinkerbell, isn't it?
What's he doing, for God's sake?
He's trying to make contact with you.
So he's come back and say, it's no good. He didn't hear me. But I made this.
That, in fact, is a reversal of the same shot.
It's a nice little number. Look good on you, Liz.
A very large
Whip
flake of
me.
dandruff.
Try.
I think it looked like a very large flake of dandruff.
I couldn't hear them, but they all see me. Never mind, Tyso. You did all you could.
God, he must have been cold. Oh, no.
No, it was hot. It was actually warm. I
was warm
remember
water.
it was warm water.
So it really was mind over matter, but it just didn't work, did it?
Yeah, it didn't work.
Sort of. But I've also
That was a little blind alley for the plots
purpose
there.
it would serve.
Believe me, Chief, it would serve a good purpose.
He looks like he's about to corpse there, doesn't he?
About to what?
Corpse. Laugh.
Who does not?
I think they all are.
Nasty birthmark that other guy's got,
We
isn't
can
it?
get inside the pyramid and destroy the Psi Damper. Those magic powers will return to the Vesh.
I believe you, Starvish. And so we will help you with this
I'm
quest.
starvish.
How far are we from the pyramid, Chief?
About a day's march. It could be done in half a day.
He's smirking, isn't he?
No effort. Ah, yes.
There's no smirking in here.
Today there is a burning.
Not at the pyramid.
No, at the Veshtaker's castle.
Help us get inside that pyramid, Chief. And there won't be any more Vesh burnings ever.
Worried about Elizabeth. If she doesn't hear from us soon, she might set off and try and find out what's
I'm
happening.
actually alone in the studio now.
I would send men to
Yeah, sorry.
keep her safe and bring her here.
I think she and the others will be safer where they are. But we ought to get a message through to her. Stephen, you go.
Okay.
He could go with my son. That would leave
Absolutely.
all the warriors.
I'm a great,
could do a- they
great
could do a
believer
breakfast
in...
show together.
I'm a great believer in sending men to their
It's all
deaths.
fun again.
I'll stay here. Off you go, Steve. I'm right behind you,
I
chap.
miss all the fun again, but I'm being right thrown into it, I remember. We both get
Thought you'd
caught.
like a go in the old jacuzzi.
I can take you.
Time for a futile gesture.
Did you find the way from there?
Yeah, easily.
You're going to drop off at the pub on the way there. aren't you?
The burnings are at noon.
Are they all going to be burned at noon?
No wonder he's eventually fallen
But
over.
surely if they're thoroughly wet, they won't catch fire, will they? They'll be too damp to burn. Wouldn't that be
Well,
right?
it'll just take a bit longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the burning's just a kind of like a ploy to get, and they beam them up to get eaten. So they don't actually get burnt,
Don't they?
No.
That's what, yeah, I
They
think,
get
I think you're right there,
Yeah,
Peter.
yeah.
Oh, so you remember from 35 years ago?
No, I don't. I just heard, I was watching it a minute ago. It actually said.
They did explain it.
They
in
did
the first
explain
part.
it, yeah. The
During-
body disappears. I
During
did.
my close-up, you were listening.
I
were
was,
you?
yes.
Yeah.
Now, what happened to all the furniture? Did the Vesh take a...
They
I
took
suppose
it.
that's what he uses to burn them with. Bits of old furniture.
Bits of old furniture.
I'm making it up.
A little bit sad.
Veshtaker's been here.
Now, how does he know that?
I'm afraid they've been here and taken your friends.
What will they do to them?
They will burn them at noon.
The poison arrow.
Why does he do that? Make it snappy.
It's dramatic. How many takes?
What's that sticking out of his shoulder? Is it a twig?
And what are we going to do? We just can't leave them to
It's
be
his
burned.
bow. It's his
We have to
crossbow.
attack the burning place ourselves.
Just the two of us.
With your star weapon, we might succeed.
Can't keep this up much longer.
We've got to. We must destroy the Psi damping equipment before the burning starts.
You're such a wimp.
We'll never... Oh, here they come. All right, come on, you lot.
Hello, my Vesh.
Moist.
Cold, are you? Never mind.
Moist, are you? Goody.
I like a nice subtle performance, don't you? There's nothing like a nice subtle performance.
Push on. When we get to the top of the next hill, we should be able to see the pyramid.
Sounds like there's a motorbike in the background, doesn't it?
But its influence getting stronger. Yes. It's like a heavy weight pressing
Here's
down
that
the body
lovely
all the
line.
time and getting heavier and heavier. And that humming. Yes, the Vesh call that the droning of the great Kultan. They say it is
We
the
call it
sound
thunder.
that compares a chance to their gods beyond
I'll tell you
the
what, you know, this is in the days before Steadicam. This ain't bad.
side effect of the radiation. It is only
It's
the Vesh
called
and
Not
us
So Steady
Steady
Cam.
cam.
Shaky cam.
Come the ceremony of the burning.
That's much better than Steadicam because you've got a real feeling of movement there.
no. This is quite ghastly, really, isn't it? Sorry, that sounded like a bad review. I didn't mean that.
I still maintain making them damp before you set fire to them is really rather silly.
Burning. The great Kultan awaits you.
Well, I suppose it
Don't
just
expect
takes
us to be
longer
happy
for you
about
to
it.
burn, which is
Yeah.
nasty.
Well, they should be standing in cooking oil. That'd be much more sense.
They just go boom.
They'd go woof.
You've obviously given this matter quite some
Well, I just-
amount of thought.
you sowed the seed by saying, what on earth are they doing in a pool when it's all dry, bone dry around it?
Nice water feature
No.
there.
Up there. That's where
You
the
sons of silly people. I mean, it is a bit of Holy Grail.
Yes, it's only a model.
I do remember the model on the table in the studio. I must
Really?
say.
Was
Yeah.
it about this
Well,
big?
again, you see, you can't make him yellow there, which he ought to be, because it'll all just run into the background, won't it? But I mean, here we're full colour, aren't we?
Attacked by sticks. And look at that, you can see the texture of the polystyrene there.
The pyramids we have on Earth. Perhaps it is larger. The Kultan have had several thousand more years' experience of pyramids.
And loads more bricks.
Yes.
There's only one.
Coming.
When you get more experience of things, you just make them bigger, don't you?
You only made 3 on your planet. We've got loads.
The stun gun will make short work of him.
I'll move my men into position, ready to rush in and attack the moment you see.
This is the incredible charge of 4
Is it really? They all come bundling in.
It's really quite amusing, I think.
Train them well.
Chain them well.
Chain them averagely.
Not like the fire.
Look at all those screaming faggots in front there. look.
Themselves do that. See how you unworthy.
He's enjoying himself. I like to see an actor enjoying himself.
Yes. Oh, I see how it's going to work.
That's the old sun comes up to its zenith.
Yes.
That sounds good. All the kids could imitate this in the playground and set each other alight.
It then ignites the faggots and away they go.
Then burns. And the
Is it a nice explanation?
You got some nice dried leaves there
Dried,
from somewhere.
yes,
Yeah.
lacquered sticks.
It's lucky he's explained this because we could never have worked any of that out. could
Never.
we?
They obviously can't afford the gas bill, can they?
Oh, it's all getting very
It's all
serious.
very, very quiet in there. No one look. I'd be screaming.
But the fire's nowhere near you.
That's true, yes, we've been caught.
Do you want the actors to get burnt?
Well,
Have a
I seem to
heart.
remember being cooked with suitai. Oh, right up his nostrils again. Very fond of
We're
those
ready.
shots.
Yes, that looks about the 5th take, I think. Here they go. Look, you've just got to see the charge. They're gone in seconds, aren't they?
Operation Desert Storm.
Right, you 4 men attack the pyramid.
All right.
Luckily, there were no guards at all,
Yeah.
apart from the one who's been
Right,
stunned.
in we go.
Now he goes right under. Look at that. Woof!
Nice one.
You managed to keep your hair.
I do, don't I? Keep
Yeah.
that.
You big soppy so-and-so.
Yeah, and he's gutted.
He's obviously
Oh, look.
practicing for I'm a celebrity, get me out of here, isn't he?
And we'll be next for the burning.
The big.
No, we won't.
Oh, it's a
Oh, no.
very pristine bit of film there, wasn't
Not
it?
bad, considering the light's coming from a totally different angle.
Oh dear, sorry about that.
That's the same set as before.
But they said it was much like it. didn't they?
Very much like it.
Identical, in fact.
If they are. Somebody lend me a corkscrew? Ah.
Well, they didn't put the dust on it this time.
No, well,
No.
it's not dusty anymore, is it?
Oh, it's brand new.
It's brand spanking new. Luckily, John can resist the droning.
Yeah, they can't. The intrepid army.
Oh, dear me, the door's shutting.
Let me out.
Somebody left the door open.
Here it comes.
So this is going to be the Sunday roast, is it?
God, it must have made riveting watching back in the 70s.
She looks really worried about this fate that's just about to befall her, doesn't she?
Yeah, I think they forgot to tell them about that.
Now, do we go and get back into the water for no reason whatsoever? We're bound to.
I fancy a dip.
Yes. I fancy a in the water. What about yourself? Let's make a jacuzzi, Keith. Push him in. You know. Bless.
So, Nick, has this brought back any memories yet? Because you don't remember anything about this one, do you? Really?
I don't remember much, as I didn't see it the first time it went out, and I didn't see it when it was repeated either.
Did they repeat it?
Well, maybe they didn't. It's been on the Sci-Fi Channel,
Oh, on the
isn't it?
Sci-Fi Channel, yeah. But nobody watches the Sci-Fi Channel, do they?
My God. Nothing changed there,
I'm
Phil.
not
That's
getting
exactly
involved
like
in,
when you were here.
What's that thing he's holding in his hand there?
That's the hologrammy.
It's like something he just bought from Ann Summers, doesn't it?
Look at that chin acting.
Ugh. Why are we zooming into your ear?
Probably
Going into your
didn't-
brain.
Probably didn't think
wasn't
much of the expression on my face.
Man who live in the sky.
Yeah, goodbye. Bye, last scene.
Now, she's acting a bit miserable, isn't she? But the others aren't.
it?
She's had a pay cut.
Here it goes.
This is quite good, actually. Like, they do quite a good job of this.
They didn't. It's not too bad. It's not shabby.
No. It really...
Look, we're back in the water. No point.
It goes up, woof. You
So
know.
she should have said, "You expect me to talk?" When he said, "No, I expect you to die."
Now the sky's flashing for some reason as well.
Go on.
Few-
Blow it up.
Your fortune told. Cross my palm with silver.
Well, they've cleaned it up, haven't they?
It goes up and down as well. You see that? That's quite
It's like a giant jukebox, isn't it?
It's absolutely staggered.
Oh, come on. You were so close.
Yeah, so near and yet so far.
Whoa.
I don't waste any time on this.
Yeah.
Look, what?
You leave the studio going, that wasn't meant to happen.
That special effects guy with the 3 teeth and the limp. Shucks, I got it wrong again.
What do you mean you're really changing the actors up? Get out of here.
Not enough light to read by, so he's reaching for his pen torch. With a handy little clip to put in one's top pocket.
Yes, go on. Zap it, John. Zap it.
Here I am saving the world yet again, look. Or the universe, in fact.
Ooh. It all just disappears.
Because it was all an illusion, was it? Is that what it was?
Was it? No, it's all gone back to the spaceship, maybe.
I don't know, we wake up in... Where are we? Oh. They don't look the tiniest bit distressed, do they?
They don't, he's smiling, going, "Oh, well, nice to meet you."
I think we're going to die, Tim.
John must have done it.
What's
Maybe
that?
if they'd looked really frightened, it might have been a bit too distressing.
Yes, it would have been a bit more
If
scary.
they'd been screaming, you know.
Yeah. No, I think I'd put it down to naff acting, personally.
I was just trying to be kind.
Well, where did they go?
Do it! Can John? We must as well.
But they've jaunted into the centre of the sun.
Yes. Back to the pool. So what are we? We're just useless, us two, aren't we?
No, you just realised.
No, it's John that saved the universe.
Yeah. Oh, I took my hands off my belt.
Ooh.
No need for that.
It's only an image. They must have left for another planet centuries ago.
Oh.
But their machinery was still working.
So no danger really at all.
Well, the whole thing was an illusion.
If it wasn't for you pesky kids.
There are thousands of intended victims up there in suspended animation. You'll be
I'm
able
off to
bring
get
them
'em.
back eventually.
That should cause a few headaches.
I shall have to
In a
stay here
wheelbarrow.
until it's all sorted out. But you must be going now, back to your own planet.
Can you manage,
Yeah.
Tigner?
Yes.
Ooh, what did the sound there?
This is a good world to be on now that the coal
I
town...
love this. I love this. He makes this speech and you just all leave. Oh, he's off again.
He's off again.
Moral people on Earth.
He's still going.
Well, Philip, that was marvellous, I must admit.
Yes, thank you, Tickno. Don't call us, we'll call you.
Well,
And what was your overall assessment?
well, it was... Yeah.
Was it? Oh.
I enjoyed it, actually. I mean, there was some, you know, faces.
You enjoy being in the jacuzzi with Keith Chegwin.
Yeah, so I mean,
Yeah.
you don't often get... You can't really say that to many people.
No.
No, a lot of people would pay for that.
Yeah, that's
And the next
Jan-
one is it A Man for Emily, I think the next one is.
That's right, it is.
Are you looking forward to it?
I'm looking forward to A Man for Emily, like everyone else out there, but not like this one. Nick remembers this one perfectly.
Well, we look forward to that.
Just to remind you folks, this is a colour production. For the benefit of those of you watching in black and white.